Hey YouTube family, welcome to part 2. So just getting the neck of this Michael Kelly prepped. Just did the leveling and I did one round of kind of polishing. Still got a ways to go. Man, these frets, they were bad. They were all over the place. So I had to file and sand a lot to get these frets level. But they're pretty good now, and there's still lots of meat left on them. So I think I'll be okay. These are kind of like narrow, tall frets on this Michael Kelly. I'm going to keep doing the polishing, and I'll reactivate the camera once it's done and show you what it looks like. Okay, well the neck is done. Check this out. Look at the bird's eye maple in that. So what I ended up doing is steel wool the whole thing. After I was done with the polishing, I just took a big clump of steel wool and I just went everywhere. It's kind of like I was washing the neck. I just went up and down the fretboard. It took all the little scratches out. I polished basically the headstock, the back of the neck. Anyway, look at that. It is super nice and smooth, like unbelievably smooth. And then I oiled it. I just took this Dunlop 65 fretboard oil and I just kind of oiled the whole neck. It was so dry and man, it just brought out the grain like crazy. You see the bird's eye maple there in some spots, and you see all the veining. Really nice. And then the fretboard turned out super nice. Nice and dark. That doesn't look like ebony though. I still don't think that's ebony. I think that's rosewood. That looks exactly like my rosewood fretboards, but oh well, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. All right, I'm gonna reassemble this neck and then try and fit a nut. So I'll definitely be reusing these Michael Kelly branded tuners. I just took the plastic off the back of them and tested them. They are 15:1 gear ratio, so not the highest, but still pretty good. But what I like about them is there's no slop in any of them, like none. And even out of the guitar loose like this, the center pin has no play in it whatsoever. It's super solid. So these look like really good tuners. So I'm going to put them back on. All right, so the neck is all technically reassembled except for the nut. I got new string trees on there. Those original tuners are going to work great. I have a Graphtec nut that'll fit perfectly in that slot. However, it's just a little bit too long, so I need to file down the edges. I'm going to go do that right now. And I'm going to keep this bridge plate on. Not sure about the saddles. I do have some brass ones on order for like another project. I might put brass saddles on there and it might look cool with the chrome, and then like this color's kind of brass-ish, you know, kind of that goldish color, but they won't be any thinner, any better than these, which will still have, you know, misalignment over the pickup, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. I don't want to get into a complete overhaul at this point anyway. Maybe down the road we'll see how good this thing is in its improved state, let's just put it that way. But I am going to substitute these 3 little pickguard screws that were holding the bottom of the bridge in place with these. So they're, you know, almost 2.5 times the length of these, but same size head. And so these are the original neck mounting screws. I'm going to beef those up to these guys. That's a set I had off of my Music guitars. When I blacked them out, I had new screws for them. So I'll use these screws because they're way beefier. And because the neck fits loose in this pocket, I think the beefier screws will just help give me more stability as far as neck to body is concerned. So that is the plan. All right, we are totally reassembled, all set up. Nice polish going on. Everything's super shiny. The spacing, obviously on the bridge, I'm still using the same one, is not going to change anything. But, you know, I'm just going to try it and see what happens now that I did some adjustments in the neck. I shimmed the pocket. I installed some bigger set screws. That neck is super solid in there. I just don't know if it's straight. I'll know once I put the 2 E strings on. The frets have been leveled, crowned, and polished. Fretboard has been highly conditioned. The whole neck has been sanded, or polished, I should say, with steel wool. Reinstalled the same tuners. They appear to be really good. New string trees. We are ready for some strings. I know I have some brass saddles on the way. I mentioned that earlier, but I'm so curious. I just want to get this strung up, plugged in, see how it plays. So bear with me for probably another 30 minutes. For you guys, it'll be a second. And I'm going to get this thing restrung. Oh, got the new Graphtec nut in there. It fit absolutely perfectly. I just had to sand off the edges, and that was it. All right, we are ready to try some tones. Saddles have been adjusted for intonation, also for height. Actions where I like it. The nut's been filed for the proper height at the first fret. Neck is pretty darn straight. So setup wise, it feels really nice. And this neck is super smooth, crazy. These tuners are really good. Like I mentioned earlier, they're 15:1 ratio, no slop whatsoever. And I find the guitar is pretty, like the finish is nice. Got most of the scratches out. So here's acoustic sounding. Strings turn out really nice. It's not excessively loud acoustically though. And here is plugged in, nice and quiet. It's like, whoa! It's punchy. Yeah, this thing, you can hear every note in the chord. Middle position. Neck position. Oh, that's pretty nice. Fourth position is these two pickups in series or parallel, I don't know, whichever way makes them louder. I can never remember which is which. Anyway, here it is. Holy, that's cool. I don't know if this is coming out. Again, I'm using the iPad, and the iPad mic sucks. Sorry, iPad lovers. But so I don't know if it's picking up what I'm hearing in the room, but man, this pickup is spanky. This pickups with an S, like both pickups. So they're kind of like a humbucker, I guess. So you have the snap and you have the fullness. Not at all like the regular middle position, which sounds like this. Way more bass and mid-range like this. Alright, let's see what this thing can do with some drive. Here's full volume, full tone with some drive. Stays in tune beautifully. Here's the middle position with some drive. Here's the neck with some drive. Is humbucker mode with drive. I'm going to use that for sure. High gain. Position.
This thing is awesome. I'm really curious to get the replacement MK53 to see how it compares to this one. I don't think it'll be this good. Out of the box. I don't know. This is how this guitar should have come. This guitar at this price point, the way it was advertised, should have come set up, ready to go like this. Just flawless. It just plays great. I love it. The only thing that's throwing me off a little bit is this 10 radius neck. I'm not used to that. Most of my guitars are 12s, some of my guitars have 14s, and one of them has 16. So I'm just throwing me a little off, but I can get used to this really quick. Anyway, it doesn't seem to be fretting out. My action is low, just like I'd have it set on other guitars with a flatter radius, and you know, I'm bending and it doesn't fret out. We're all good. Well, anyway, guys, this is the MK53, and it's a pretty guitar, I gotta say. I was thinking about blacking it out, but you know what? I think it's gonna stay chrome. I like the look of it. This bridge works out good. By adding the shim in there, and by adding the bigger screws, and by boring out the holes, and by being able to, you know, adjust the neck, I was able to get it to line up pretty darn good compared to the first video when I was just showing you this, how it came. So this will be fine. Each string is clearly ringing out well, so there's no issue there. Today's Saturday. I am off tonight. I do not have a gig, but next Saturday I am gigging locally. Guess what I'm using as a weapon? MK53, baby, all night long. If you have one of these, or you've dealt with Michael Kelly in the past, let me know. But I can't speak for, you know, the store where I got this stuff or what's going on over there. But I can tell you that Michael Kelly, especially the vice president, Steve, is awesome and great people to deal with. So, and their guitars are good. I think I just got a bad one. I think this one slipped through the quality control cracks like back in 2021. And I think maybe this was a guitar that shouldn't have been on the floor, and somehow it ended up there and I ended up with it. So again, I'm kind of happy I did, because if someone else would have had this, they may have been, you know, overwhelmed with trying to set it up and having to take it to someone to fix or whatever. So it's all good. Thanks for watching. You guys take care. God bless. And until next time, keep rocking that 6 string. See ya.